what she did, and I know we're live. That's why I'm saying it. Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Sorry, I'm late. I got here as soon as I wanted to.
Oh, Pam, I know where you got that. I know where you got that. Imitation is the best form of flattery.
So, hello, everybody. Hi, Aquaria Life, Matt, Maria, Grasshopper, Merdul, Sky Dancer, Skipper, hi. Hi, Bob.
You're lucky I respect my elders. I'm just saying.
You never respected me.
Hi,
Not
Scotty.
one time.
Oh, really?
Not one damn time.
I'm waiting for my coffee.
Well, I
That's
hope it
not ready
drops
yet. Hi,
soon.
big boy.
I hope it drops soon.
So I pinned the message at the top for color guppies
Vinay.
and Iraq. And, he needs our help right now. So if you go to that link, you can find out what's going on with him and help him out if you can. Skipper's going to be Rico's doing a fundraiser on Saturday.
Auction. Yeah.
Auction, Saturday.
On Saturday at 8 p.m. on his channel is going to be the first auction. And, well,
Hi, Noah.
we're getting a list together of what everybody's donating. Bob's donating fish. Pam's going to donate 2 pieces of art.
Which I'll show you right now. Mine is going to go to Skipper for his auction, which is going to be Sunday the 20th.
Yes, it's 6 p.m.
So I'm going to show you. This isn't done yet, but this is what I'm working on. I'm going to send him at least 2 pieces. And this is the first one that I'm working on right now.
Oh, a badger carrying a cub.
It's a baby bear.
I can see that.
So anyway, this is what I'm working on this is going to go to the fundraiser auction. The Skipper is going to be doing on the 20th. And I'm going to do another one probably tomorrow. I'll finish that one and do another one and get them in the mail to him so that he can use them in his promotion and stuff. So that's what's going on with that. As soon as I heard about what's going on and the auctions, I started that one, but it's kind of more of a little bit more intricate piece. So Rack, you need to get a hold of either Rico or Skipper.
I'll send you.
But you got to catch Skipper when he's not timed out.
Right.
When is that ever?
I'm going to say, screw it. I'm getting to fucking bed.
Good night. Good night, Skipper. God, is Dan in here?
Oh, yeah. Aquaria Life. Stephanie, she says, badger, bear, same thing. I got you, Bob.
What? Badger, bear?
She was agreeing with you.
Oh.
Only reason I let you guys live when you say something like that is because it's not done yet. So
I'm ready. Just let me know.
Rack, I'll go ahead and send you an email. I should have your email address. Now you just send it to me. It's fine because
that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to send them to Skipper and let him use them for promotion or whatever.
You're going to go ahead and
So he
send
can,
the
like,
paintings?
I'm gonna send them to Skipper, and then he can, like, when he live streams and stuff and brings it up, he can show them to everybody. I think that'll work out good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they know what they're bidding on.
Yep.
A picture of a picture wouldn't do?
Oh, it would, but I'm gonna send them to Skipper so he can, like, actually hold them up and show everybody. And his camera, right now my camera's been messing up and not showing detail in anything. So it's kind of pissing me off. I'm gonna, like, have to mess with it a little bit and see what I can do about it.
Oh, my God.
It's been blurrier than heck.
Well, should I send Rico Stan the fish? Or a
No,
picture?
no. Well, you could send me a picture of them or Rico. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, with live animals, it's different. You don't want them to, like, leave them in a bag and fold them up every couple of days, you know.
They're not live fish, Pam.
They're not live?
No.
They're dead fish?
I never said they were live. Never promised it.
Okay. Are you sending some of your statues fish? You can't hear?
No, I'm sending him a message right now. And
Oh, okay.
ignoring you.
Who a message? Oh, I mean, no, I can't hear.
Sending Rack my address through
Oh,
Facebook.
it's a tramp.
And I actually have a piece of his art that I wanted in an auction. And me and Xana Doodoo was going head to head for it.
I remember that. I was there on that one.
No, Stephen P. You little shit.
I need to look at the chat. I don't know why I'm looking
God,
at
I don't
you.
have the freaking space for all that. I'm telling you, we got. I guess I better get them dogs inside.
You better get them dogs in.
One.
Oh, yeah, all your live spiders to Pam.
Yep, I'll like sit on all the boxes.
Oh, my God, at the art today, I was sitting in a chair to put some kennels together, screw them, bolt them together, some new kennels, and the girl that was helping, the lady, she said, well, I was helping her. She said, there's a spider. And I said, where? And she popped it right over my head and it fell on my head.
Oh my God. No.
I know. If I could have got up right then.
What'd you do?
I hate spiders so much. Hi, Big D.
Did you pull your skirt up and jump on the table, Bob?
Skipper, all this talk about makeup and skirts, and you know what projection is, right?
No, I don't know nothing of that.
Well, look it up, and you might want to stop this stuff.
I just call it how I see it. That's all.
You seen me in a skirt? Damn, that was awful, I bet. I got some bad news besides having to be on here with Skipper.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What?
Where is it? Title 75. That's my last title of any size. And one of the 275s in that 180 behind me is out.
Uh-oh.
Yep. I took it out and cleaned everything the other day, and then it started stopping, and it's dead, I think. So I've got to change that out tonight.
At least you got another one sitting there.
Yep. It's an old Indian. Will never, ever run out of titles. I hope I
always have a backup.
That's right. You know it. I might just see a price on it. I want to say I got it on sale.
Oh my God, Myrtle says, Bob, bad news. His dentures fell into the fish tank, and the Paku are wearing them now.
They could if I had dentures. Oh, I just thought of another couple questions to ask
Now it's
Myrtle.
funny how a 19-year-old is talking smack to you.
Yep. We'll see when he comes on the panel what he's talking. He has a death wish anyway. Jesus, it's hot
I'm
in
glad
here.
you're getting that done with, Big D.
What's he saying? I keep looking at you all for some reason.
Big D's getting all of his pre-surgery stuff done.
Oh, good. Get it all out of the way. Patrick
Oh my God,
Hardy.
Patrick!
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you so much. Oh my God!
Super sticker.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It is a big pair waving flags and bouncing buildings in front of it. I ain't never seen that one before.
I don't think I have either. You don't see many of those $50 ones.
Now you can go buy more tape, Pam.
Yeah, I bought it. I went to town today. I got most everything sent. I still have a couple things because I ran out of stuff. But packing stuff because I needed to get some more bubble wrap and some of the padded manila envelopes because that's what I'm shipping those little horses in. And I ran out of them. And hi, Dawn. And some of that brown paper bag looking wrap, that you put over top of packages. And then some of the white core board stuff to kind of stiffen things up packages so they don't bend when you mail them. And I was supposed to get tape and I forgot the tape. But I've still got half a roll, so tonight before I go to bed, I'll finish packing up the stuff that I ran out of supplies on, and hopefully I'll have enough tape to finish that up, and then I'll have to
a half a roll
tape the next time that I go to town.
Did he do another 50?
What?
Yeah, he did.
Oh my God, Patrick!
Thank you, Patrick.
I just happened to see the two up there.
Yeah, it's to say, oh, this is a pair riding a rocket.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, Patrick, thank you.
And then blowing up into pear sauce. Pretty much. Pam, if I ain't mistaken, some, like, the boxes, and I'm looking now, but there's boxes. You can go on the United States Postal Service website and get boxes sent to you for free.
Hey, Don. Yeah.
Those
you can get them at...
a lot of them won't work on art. Oh, Patrick. Oh my gosh, Patrick, thank you. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you so much.
That is a pair dancing saying you are amazing.
For art, they aren't really the right sizes. They're boxes that they have, if they'll fit, I'll use them, but for mailing art, they don't really work that well.
Well, I meant for like the next time, like if you
but like on your calendar and stuff, there, the calendars that I sent out fit right into those the priority mail envelopes that they have there at the post office for free.
Yeah,
yeah, they fit right into one of those, so that was good. But for mailing like regular art and stuff, they usually don't have a box the right size.
Matt said his super sticker button stuck. Patrick's button. Why is it so hot?
Well,
good night, Patrick.
I gotta say thank you so much, Patrick, and have a good night. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Good night, Patrick.
if my coffee's ready yet.
I hope so.
Oh my gosh, he said
There's
a
one
$5
more.
sticker. Thank you, Patrick.
The parting shot.
Yeah.
What's that one?
It is the pair doing a mic drop.
Let's say that's appropriate.
Aquarium Life says it was 82 degrees there today.
It was in the low 60s here today for several hours. I wore shorts and this t-shirt to the ark today.
It was
Yep.
low 50s here. And Pam
It was above freezing here.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So when I went to town, I rolled my driver's window down to let in some fresh air. Of course, I was still wearing a coat, but the fresh air was nice.
You give that baby pneumonia.
And tomorrow it's supposed to get all the way up to 41, and then Friday it's going to start snowing again.
It's going to go to hell this weekend here too. Y'all hear those crickets?
Yeah.
But they're not nearly as bad as the other ones, are they?
Hopefully we won't have any major storms slowing the mail down and stuff, because everybody needs to watch for their mail now. But I know the weather's been slowing it down in places.
Nobody noticed it till I said 78, Don said there.
78, wow.
I think he's in Arizona, or I think there's cool reptiles where he's at. I know that. Not to say anything about it, Don. You hadn't noticed it,
Oh, that's cool, Don. Very cool. I haven't seen you around for a while.
He yelled at me for saying something last week. Yep, see, Nola learned. Somebody I told last week, well, you know how you got in here, don't you?
80 degrees. Oh my goodness. I won't
Where's
be seeing
that?
80 till at least June or July in Northern California.
What's Maria Z? Sorry about.
I just thought of something.
Uh-oh.
I know.
The day that, this goes for rack, too, that whatever, Pam's is going to be on mine. We'll figure out what day for rack. You don't have to technically send it to one of us. We can bring you up on stream so that you can show it.
Yeah.
Just ship it.
I know that too, but I kind of want you to be able to hold it up and show everybody. So, and then, promote it on streams that you're on beforehand and stuff.
She's wanting so many commercials. Yep. That's good though, because it'll generate a lot of interest, hopefully.
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping that it'll do that. Heidi
Came in on that. Yazzie, did you wake up?
Is my coffee done yet? I don't smell it yet. I don't think it's done yet.
I need to learn how to do cold brew.
I used to make that when I worked at Starbucks. But we had special packets for cold brew. It's really strong. Oh my goodness, it's Mikey. Hi, Mikey. I have not seen you in forever.
Merry Christmas.
How are things going down in the Colorado? Do you guys still have snow on the ground down there? We still have quite a bit of on the ground still here.
Hey,
It's been
Holly.
getting up over freezing, but not enough to like totally melt the snow. But tomorrow it's supposed to be 41, which will help. But then it's supposed to snow again Friday. So
It's good weather to get out and sit in the sun.
I guess I might be busy tomorrow morning then, Dee Dee.
I want my coffee, and my coffee is not done yet. So who should I time out?
I'm not getting in the middle of it. I'm doing it. I am not Bob.
Let's see. Huh? Nope. I didn't get undressed to get timed out.
Yeah.
Stephanie's gonna be our guest on the panel. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. And that young man what was his name? Justin, that was on there last week, messaged me and said he had such a good time that he wanted to come back and soon. So see if he can come
Mikey's
back.
still got 4 feet of snow
What?
in his front yard. That's the way that my yard is. It's starting to melt like on the driveway and up close to the house, but on the side yard it kind of drifted, so I've still got some pretty good sized drifts on the side yard. There's grass showing here and there, but like I say, we're getting more snow Friday, so.
Oh, Bob, I need a permission slip.
Permission slip.
Yeah.
Go ahead and jump. Wait, what for?
To miss the stream Sunday the 13th.
Oh, nope,
Sunday
not allowed.
the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
You're always there, Skipper. Why would you need a permission slip?
To not be there.
Just don't show up.
Yeah, because I have a meeting in Morgantown, PA about has to do with the Keystone Clash, and it's like a 4-hour drive.
Oh, you can't do it as a virtual meeting?
No, because we're looking at rooms. We're looking at the layouts and the rooms and stuff.
I didn't mean for being absent. I just meant for driving.
No.
I think my coffee's done. I hear it bubbling.
Is that this? Did you say this Sunday?
Yeah, the 13th.
Well, you'll miss Ethan's update.
What's that?
You'll miss Ethan's update.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
You can
Okay,
always
guys,
see it
I'm going
next
to be
week.
right back. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee because I need it.
Oh, I've heard people talk less about heroin than that coffee.
I know, right?
I thought she was right. I counted 27 references to the coffee.
Listen, she was starting to lick her teeth. Did you notice that?
No, but I'm not surprised. She needs to get her a patch.
What them crackheads do.
Yep. Exactly. Coffee is life. That's true, man.
No, it's not.
It is. Coffee's the deal. After the stream earlier today, Pam and I, somebody's messaged me. It's Dee Dee. Yes, Dee Dee. Yep. Thank you. That'll be an easy job on it. I can't tell you what she said. Private, confidential. Anyway, my coffee got cold. I was sitting there looking. Thank you. My coffee got cold. I was sitting there looking at snake videos. I got back onto those, and it got cold and I forgot I still had like half a cup, but oh, it was good. That's why I need cold brew. She said, "You are a sexy beast." How did you know, Matt? Really? Oh my God. You've been caught, baby. Triple certified coffee from Hawaii. Now that sounds interesting.
There you go, Skipper. I got this cup just because I knew it was on your mind.
Let me see.
Know me well. But I
Yeah,
will
see.
never. I will never say that word out loud. Mm-mm.
What? It's the University of Neon Tetras.
Yeah, with a C handle. I saw that. Why are we yelling and saying, "Mom, Bob got your stream demonetized while you were gone"?
I'm not surprised.
Yep. Holding you for ransom. The stream for ransom.
Oh, coffee is good.
Oh, you know what? While I was waiting to get in backstage, which was a long time, um, Fish Kid did a premiere video kind of thing. He was live showing a video.
Yeah.
And it was him and his little brother in it. But he had some really great editing and some really nice ideals in it. One thing was like a Wheel of Fortune thing, and his little brother was spinning it. And then he had to, do what the wheel said. They went to a fish store. I mean, it was cool. You got to check it out. Support the younger fish tubers. Yazzie, I'm going to put you in the refrigerator. Yep.
I still have coffee, Dee Dee.
Come here. Oh, man. Oh, my God. Right across and through that cord. I can only imagine what that sounds like, Yazzie. And don't look at Skipper. Don't look at Skipper. Don't look at Skipper. He's out for you, Skipper.
Nah, it'll be all right.
Oh, this coffee tastes so good right now. I won't time out Skipper.
Why not?
She had her devil ears on instead of the Mickey Mouse ears, the Minnie Mouse ears.
You don't leave Tibby alone. He's going to assassinate you.
How old is Yazzie?
He's like nine-ish, 10-ish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Still going strong.
Oh, yeah. You should see him run when we're playing. Can go run through the house and back in like 5 seconds. Can't you, boy? Yep. He's got 2 bum knees in the back, too, the vet says.
Laura Sutton had breakfast for dinner.
Oh, I like that.
Ham and cheese omelet. Now,
I don't know if we want to know that, Mike.
yeah, I know, right? I ain't reading it out loud neither.
I will. What do you call a cheap circumcision? It's just a surgical procedure. I'm waiting for the punchline.
Rip
Ouch. Ouch.
Mm. Mm-mm. Kibby's got his back to you, Yazzie. He's asleep. He's not even thinking about you.
Oh, so what I was going to say is we got 10 different species of fish to auction off.
Oh, nice. What
And
all
then,
you got so far?
what's that?
What do you got so far?
Oh, shit. Now you got to make me think.
Oh God.
Maria Z donated some of her fish.
Yep, I heard about that.
Bob did.
She's wanting to know what kind, Skipper.
I know, I'm trying to think. Well,
'Cause I
Bob's
love
is
that
easy.
kind.
That's Santa Maria Endlers
Why would that be easy?
because you just messaged it to me earlier.
Oh, you mean easy for you to remember?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I don't. Bob found that amusing. Quit, Yossi.
Jennifer Weaver donated 2 different Apistos.
Nice. I'll be winning one of them.
Maybe a third one, but I didn't until she makes sure.
Em, are you
Oh,
sure you want to send those pictures to him?
Yeah,
what the hell
I
is
am
that?
not very good at promoting and stuff. So I figure if I send them to him, he'll do a better job of doing the build-up and promoting of it before the sale. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, face it, Skipper's got a bigger mouth than me.
Well, there is that.
That's true.
No, I figure he'll do better at promoting it than I would. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and send them up to him for
I hope he can remember
build up the
whose
auction.
pictures they are.
Yeah, I'll remember that. That's easy.
Mm-hmm.
2 different type of artists.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, 3, because there was a Priscilla drawing getting donated too.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I could donate some art. I didn't think about that.
You can donate a Yahtzee.
And people have donated gift cards too.
That's nice.
Well, y'all know about the Dan's Fish one from tonight.
Right.
So Maria Z is donating a set of Panda Cories, the Platinum Galaxy Tiger Guppies, some trios of those, some Super Red Longfin Plecos, and a trio of Bosemani Rainbow Fish.
Nice.
Merdol has donated 2 of his compositions.
Nice.
Very nice.
Hi, Aqua Gardens Ann. Okay, Mikey, thanks for stopping by. It was good to see you.
Patty donated a gift card that she had.
Or enemies, Mikey. Tell your jokes to all my enemies.
Yeah, Geek Boy donated what Liquid Zoo said. I couldn't remember which ones they were.
What did he say?
5 $50 co-op cards and 5 $50 Dan's Fish card. Wow, that's really nice.
It
Really
is.
nice.
And what did Patty donate?
A $100 aquarium co-op card that she had won.
No. You know what? I still have that $100 one that Chewy won and gave me. I just thought of that. I want to donate that too. Donated to auction.
We're helping out Colored Guppies, Big D, because he's had some problems this last month. And if I have it pinned to the top of the stream, it's a pinned comment where you can go and read about what's going on with them and stuff and how to donate.
Yeah, I'm going to donate that too, Skipper.
Okay, I'm writing it down.
I guess I can transfer it another time, right?
It's just a.
All right.
Aren't they just codes on it?
It's yeah. I got it by email. It's just what you call it.
The cards I'm doing are going to be for the auction that Skipper's having on the 20th.
So I might do the fish on Saturday, and then the co-op on the 20th. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, because if I haven't used it by now, I mean, there's stuff on there I would want, but I already gave the ARC the money. You know, I gave the ARC the $100. That's what it was for. Because he wanted the ARC to get stuff for it, but there wasn't anything on there, you know, that we could get in any bulk, you know, fish food and all that. But we don't have any fish there right now, so. So the card is mine to do as I please. I will buy it, Geek, but boy.
Talking about he's going to donate his wife's yacht.
Oh. Well.
He stands outside my door yelling at me throughout a meeting. Yeah, that would get rather frustrating. That's for sure.
He wasn't yelling at you. He was singing the song of his people to you.
Yeah, like Garfield getting hit with a shoe or a book.
Okay, I told you. Here, I'm going to swat you. Look out. Stop.
We don't need no dog abuse on this stream.
He didn't do anything but look at me. My Medicare catalog's laying here, and I tried to swat his feet, and he just looked at me like, I'll rip your throat out.
I'm actually, Myrtle just reminded me, I'm actually 14 away from 500 now.
I thought you were 13.
Yeah, it dropped.
I hate it when it does that. Well, I'll resubscribe again.
Figured.
I finally made it up over 17 after like
I saw
6
that.
months.
I know. Oh, you don't even know, Stephanie. Ask Chattanooga Head.
That I'd have loved to see the look on Ed's face, the little dog doing that to him.
We were outside, or I think he would have gone through the wall, Ed. Yazzie came up, and I'm like, no, you can't pet him. Oh, no, come here. And he got a hold of Ed's foot. I mean, his shoe. Ed was jumping. Tried to rip his shoe off, didn't you, Yazzie? He really is an ankle biter. The bottom of the bowl. You
dogs, please lay down. I'm going to ship you to Bob's house.
Oh, that's a vacation. Don't tell him that.
It's 3 labs, though. It ain't no small dogs.
That's all right. We've got big dogs now at the Ark. We don't have any limit. Our insurance is changed. It's changed. I offered to bring home Rocky, the little 12-year-old Chihuahua, to get him out of the way. We're getting the floor put in next week in 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms. So I'll make the sacrifice and bring little Rocky home with me to get him out of the way.
Probably make Yazzie jealous.
Oh, I'm sure. He's a tiny bit bigger than Yazzie, but...
Merdul says, legend has it, Ed still wets his pants whenever he hears Yazzie.
I'm trying to get Ed to let me take him like in the truck. You know, we go somewhere like last weekend, and he doesn't trust me. He doesn't trust Yazzie. But I had another friend, Trinity, that he used to do like he does Ed. And I just said, just don't even do anything. He won't bite you. Just don't breathe. Don't do anything. And Yazzie was climbing all over him and sitting on his shoulder by the time we came back. I got to ask Robert if he knows yet if he's off Saturday. Where's Robert been? Oh, he had to go somewhere, didn't he? No, where is Robert?
I don't know.
Locked
Called
up again.
last night about what's today?
Wednesday.
Yeah, about Saturday night. Where's Ed? He's probably sleeping. No, he stays up late.
Wednesday is the game day. He was telling me when we were coming back that he tries to come up and see Pam and I at 6, but that he doesn't usually get to. He tries to get his parents playing a board game or something, but it doesn't always work out. But they do games, a lot of games. Yeah, what Maria said. The whole day is family day.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope,
Nope, nothing wrong with that.
nope. I'd be locked up though about 2 weeks into it, but Yazzie. Anybody else like the Starbucks caramel coffee? Haven't tried it.
I haven't tried it, but caramel sounds good. I usually can't afford Starbucks, but it sounds good.
2 weeks, I wouldn't make it 2 hours. I was trying to be generous to myself.
At times when I've had my kids staying with me after they became adults somewhat, I had, like one of my daughters stayed with me for a couple months, and I had made this extra large storage shed that I had out in the yard of the house I was renting.
Oh God, you made her sleep in the
And
shed?
I made it into my studio, and it locked from the inside. So I spent a lot of time out in my studio.
Oh,
I
no.
see. That'll give her a complexion if she knew that.
Oh, she knew it. She was mad at me one time and came out and was pounding on the door screaming that I'm the worst mother in the world at the top of her lungs.
Well, because she fits.
I love her dearly. Absolutely love her, but that was a very stressful couple months of my life.
Oh, 2 months. Oh God.
Yes, 2 months.
I would have had her buried about 3 days in the backyard. No way.
Oh, when she was getting ready to go the night before she was leaving, and like I said, I mean, I love her. I don't get me wrong, I love her to pieces, but we have very differing personalities. And the night that she was getting ready to go, she asked me if she could, and she was going to college, like it was a college break. Like the reason she stayed with me is because she'd given up her apartment that she was using while she was going to college because a group of the college kids went to Europe and to study the different old architecture and stuff. So she gave up her apartment, so she needed a place to stay until school started up again. So that was my house. And so you get this, she's going for I'm not sure if she was going for her bachelor's or her master's at that time, but anyway, so she's staying with me, and she was leaving the next day, and she'd been there for a couple months, and it was a little bit stressful for me. And she asked me if she could. She asked me if she could get a CD and get some of the music off my computer. Put it on a CD to take with her, and I was like, sure, go ahead. And I told her I had like a stack of CDs, like on a spool, You know what I'm talking about, and they have a little lid that clips over the top, and they have a little protector thing on top. Anyway, told her to use as many as she wanted and get as much music as she wanted. So she was doing that the night before she left, and she started on it. And I heard her yelling from the computer room, and she was saying, "Your computer won't burn the CDs." I'm like, "What do you mean? I use it all the time." So I walked back there, and she says, "Look, it just keeps coming up with an error message saying that I need to insert a CD, and there's one in there." I was like, "Wow, that's really odd." So I pushed the button to open up the CD player thing, the CD holder on the computer.
Jesus.
It was the DVD.
And it popped out. No, it was the dust cover, the plastic dust cover that sits on top of the CD.
Oh,
Oh my God.
She had put that in there and was trying to record on it. And we're talking about a college kid, right? And I think it was the stress, because I'd been under so much stress. I started laughing so hard, Bob, that I actually really did wet my pants. I was laughing so hard. And she was so mad at me. And all I could do was hold it up, go, "Dust cover!"
That's one thing is you always are trying to bolster confidence in those kids. Good night, Maria. She has to work early tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it was partly the stress, but it just, oh my God, I was just dying laughing. I could tell you some other stories from that couple of months, but I love her dearly, and videos are forever.
Yeah.
All right. You ought to tell a couple more. That one was a little incriminating, though.
Oh my God, no, that was one of my favorite things. That and the time that Courtney's cat got outside. I've told you that one before.
Yes, yeah.
Wish Courtney also gets mad at me when I tell that story. So.
Oh yeah.
Someday I'll be dead and gone, and my kids will be watching these videos.
Oh my God. I hope they can't track me down. Did you time Skipper out?
No, we had a lot of fun too. No, I didn't time him out. He did that himself.
Oh.
No, I'm here.
We went for some really nice bike rides and stuff. It was fun too. We went for my youngest daughter and I would go for bike rides all the time, and we would that summer the grasshoppers were just absolutely everywhere, absolutely covering everything. So when we went for our bike rides, we would run over grasshoppers. They make a nice satisfying crunch when you run over them. And so Jessie went for a bike ride with us, and we were doing the crunch, crunch, crunch thing. And she's, "Oh my God, that's so gross." But then I noticed after like a half an hour riding the bike, she was doing it too. That was the summer that there was so many grasshoppers that summer. It was like a total plague of grasshoppers. Hi, Hippie, and hi, George. But
grasshopper.
I didn't think about that, grasshopper. Now
I did, and I guess somebody else did too.
But I used to I'd get up in the morning when it was still cool outside, and there'd be grasshoppers all over the side of the house, and really easy to catch because they were still a little bit cold, And I'd feed them to the turtles, and they loved them. And that was the summer that they laid eggs about 4 different times, and I'm sure it was because of the steady diet of grasshoppers.
Yeah, loaded them up.
Yeah.
We used to think they were nasty, grasshoppers, when we were little kids because they have that tobacco.
That tobacco stuff, yeah.
Yes, it's nasty if you get it on you.
Yep, it is. That's why you catch them.
Hey, George. That's why you do what?
Catch them when it's cold.
Oh. Wonder why they were on the house. It was warm from.
Yeah, they'd get on the side of the house to warm up in the morning.
Oh, okay.
And when it was still cold, it was real easy to just pick them up off the side of the house and drop them in the turtle's tank.
I'm trying to get my agamas to eat greens. I mean, like vegetables chopped up. Oh,
How are they doing? Did they like it at all, or?
I just put some in there tonight, but I just saw that. I think I said that earlier. Just saw that you can give them greens and that they can learn to eat them. I probably need to put some worms in with them. I need a better bowl than what they're in. They'll never see anything in there. I'm really agonizing over what kind of snake to get.
How is Aqua Balls doing? Did you get 1,000 yet? You weren't very far off last time you were in here. You had like 70 to go or something like that. I'm going to check.
Nice saltwater
And I
corals.
can do that.
There's a coral thing coming up not far from here. Like a meetup or something.
Pam, he's at 927.
927. Okay, so I'm going to post your link and everybody go sub to
Too late.
Aqua Balls. He's getting really, really, really close.
Too late. Mardul already tore that up.
Oh, Mardul beat me to it.
Shot. Surprise. Act surprised.
He beat me to it.
I'm not surprised.
It's all good.
I didn't think you wanted to see me eat celery sticks.
Not hear it after hearing those tobacco spit and things crunch.
Oh my God, we had 1 year when I lived in Washington, Eastern Washington. We had an explosion of these black things. They called them Mormon crickets, and they were kind of like halfway between a cricket and a grasshopper. They were big and black, and when you'd go to kill one, they would scream. Seriously, they would scream.
GRB.
They were so gross, and in the mornings there were so many of them. I mean, the ground was just covered with them. The house was covered with them, and some of the neighbors told me that it happened like that about every 5 or 6 years. But it was funny because I lived on one side of the creek, and I'd cross the creek and head up the canyon to go to work every morning. And once you cross the creek, there wasn't any. But my side of the creek, the ground was just black with them. And when you drive to work in the morning, there was so many that you could hear them crunching underneath the wheels of the truck.
Ooh. Were they screaming?
Yes. They
I have to look
screamed.
those up.
Those suckers screamed. But they ate the dead bodies. So by the time I came back in the afternoon, there was no bodies left because the other ones would eat the bodies.
Wow.
That sounds like.
I think they told me they were they called them Mormon crickets.
I never heard of that.
Me neither.
But they're kind of like the size of a grasshopper, but with a softer body and the black. And they'd get in the house, and I'd take a paper towel and go to kill them, and they'd scream, and it just it was awful.
No, don't kill me. That was probably a defensive thing.
Yeah.
I got some corals from coral collectors, but they were tiny frogs. Frags. That makes more sense.
Mormons do the same thing. They cry when you step on them, and they eat their dead.
Now we know where they
Okay,
got their
behave
name.
yourself, grasshopper. People will wonder why I claim you as one of my kids.
Well, that's obvious.
What time you going to tonight? Oh,
Pam.
Well, gosh, it isn't even 10 o'clock here. Probably another hour.
Come here, baby. Come here. Bless you. Come here.
I'll stay on for a little bit longer. The wife went to California, her and her friends from work. So I got to get up early to get the kids on the bus.
You overslept one time. You were supposed to do that. Remember that? I do. Like a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, they got a free day off from school. It's fine.
yep.
My youngest nephew was about 3 years old when he got over here from the Philippines. My brother's two kids are half Filipino, and one of them was 7, and the other one was 3 when he finally got him over here. And Louis, the youngest one, he didn't speak much English, or he didn't speak any English. And Kenny started school, but he didn't really speak English either, but he picked it up real quick. But anyway, first Halloween, and I still remember we got Louis one of those plastic masks that you used to get for kids, that people don't use anymore, but that was real popular back then. You get this mask with a little bit of elastic that went around your head.
I
Yeah.
remember
And
that.
we got him a monster one, and he was out in the yard a couple days before Halloween. He was so proud of that mask, and like I say, he was about 3 years old. He was in diapers and this mask on, and he's like roaring at the tree and roaring at this and roaring at that, and all of a sudden he lets out this blood curdling scream and runs for the house yelling, "Gropper, Gropper!" It's because a grasshopper had gotten up inside of his mask.
Oh,
And it scared him to death.
I bet it spit tobacco on him too.
And oh my God, Kenny, I remember I took him trick-or-treating, and he wasn't speaking English yet. And so we'd go door to door, and he'd say 1, 2, 3, because to him that sounded like trick-or-treat. So he was saying 1, 2, 3. And people would kind of look at him strange, and I'd explain to everybody at every house that he didn't speak English. And we stopped at this one house, and it had one of his kids from school, and he was like, "That's Kenny, Mommy. That's Kenny, the boy I was telling you about from the Philippines. That's Kenny." And he was all excited, and Kenny got embarrassed and flipped him off. Him and his mom.
oh my
Oh my
God.
God, I was so embarrassed, and I don't know how he learned something like that.
Oh, I don't know. I wonder.
Oh, I'll never forget
too.
that, though. I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
And I used to babysit him all the time. So my sister-in-law taught me one phrase. She says, "This is what you say to keep him in line." And it was, I still remember it was poto bayag. And what that means is I'll cut your balls off. So that's what I'd use to keep him in line all the time. Okay, somebody else talk now. I'm probably just like totally embarrassing myself here.
That's all right. I'm enjoying it.
Right.
The grasshopper's always good.
Stephen P. saying that he gets up to put his kids on the bus every day. I overslept for it once, and they put themselves on the bus. My kids are more responsible than me.
Yep. My oldest daughter, Jessica, she's like 6 years older than Courtney. And so when Courtney started school, Jessica would help her get dressed every morning. And it would drive Courtney crazy. You know, she was in kindergarten, and her older sister would make her, wear matching socks and stuff like that, and make her get redressed, and she hated it. And I still remember one time she was like, Courtney was sitting there looking at a photo album that I had with photos of me when I was a kid. And of course, as old as me and Bob are, the
I'm not
photos
as
of
old
us
as
when we
you.
were a kid are in black and white because that's what we had then, right? So we didn't have color film yet. So she's like flipping through the photo album, looking at pictures of me when I was, like 2, 3 years old and stuff. And she lets out this big sigh, and she says, "I wish I lived back then." And I said, "Well, why is that, Courtney?" "Because you didn't need to worry about your clothes matching." She thought since the pictures were black and white, that the world was black and white. Oh, I thought it was funny.
And I didn't think a thing about watching black and white stuff on TV and all that.
Yeah, that's what we had, was black and white. I remember when we got our first color TV. We were the first family in the neighborhood to get a color TV. And all the shows were still black and white. And there was a few commercials that were starting to be colored. But in the TV guide, there was a color movie coming up, a movie in color. So we all sat down together to watch this movie in color on our new color TV, right? Because it was the first color movie on TV. And it was The Wizard of Oz.
Yep.
And my dad cussed throughout the whole first part that was black and white because it was in color, and he was so looking forward to seeing color on his new color TV. And it was damn it, it was black and white. Oh, it was so funny.
I remember that.
It was fine when it switched over.
It was dramatic too because back then you weren't used to seeing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yep. The first time I ever saw color on TV was we went over to my mother's friend's house, and she had a color TV, and they told us to go sit down and watch TV, and Hawaii Five-0 came on, the big wave and all that. And I was like, oh my God, there is color out there.
Because back then you didn't really travel to the beach and stuff like that.
Mm-mm. Nope.
No, I didn't whenever I was a kid because it was expensive.
Didn't either. We didn't have a car till I was like 12 or 13.
We spent all of our vacations and weekends and everything in Eastern Oregon arrowhead hunting.
That actually would be all right.
My dad was interested in, so we'd go out. And I mean, when I say in the middle of nowhere, I mean we'd be like 50 miles from the closest highway. And my dad would make his own roads and like get out and walk ahead and pick through the rocks, deciding where to balance the wheels on. And we were driving, like we were going where most people wouldn't take a 4-wheel drive. And we had an old Dodge station wagon. And that's what we took out to the desert. And I can still close my eyes and see the bumper of that old Dodge station wagon because my dad would yell once and us kids would be, if we could be sound asleep, and then seconds would be at the back bumper pushing.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the time that you all desecrated that Indian burial?
Actually, we did dig up a grave one time.
You told me.
Yep.
Told us.
It was under an overhang, and it was very, very, very old. There was nothing left of the body at all, and there was just some of the sagebrush and reed mat where it was like had covered the body and rolled over the sides, and then the middle part was totally gone. And what else did we get? Part of the bottom of a sandal and some other few odds and ends. But yeah,
You're wearing the
dug it up
sandal
and
now.
we sifted it through. You have those big sifters.
Did you hear
Like
what I
a
said?
big screen thing, and you put the dirt in it, and then you like shake it back and forth and sift it, and then look through everything.
Was it not illegal?
Hi, Joseph.
It wasn't illegal to do that then?
No, it wasn't. They didn't pass the laws that you couldn't pick anything up until I think just right after I graduated or right before I graduated. They passed that law. Before then, it was like open game on anything that you found you could keep.
Still do it now. You just don't report it.
Yeah, exactly. And don't get
A lot
caught.
of people don't.
I'd like to catch somebody in my ancestors' graves.
Now it's just you can't. Now you aren't supposed to pick it up if it's on government land or BLM land, which most of where we hunted was BLM land. But that's how I grew up, though, was camping like out in the middle of nowhere. And there's a couple things about it that people would have a hard time. A lot of people that grow up in cities would have a hard time understanding. And one of them is when you get out there in the desert, it's like Eastern Oregon is semi-arid with sagebrush and dirt and stuff, rocks, lava rock, a lot of obsidian flows and stuff like that. But when you can, like, you're out there and you stop and there's absolutely no noise at all. You can't hear an airplane, you can't hear a car. It is absolute total silence where you can hear a lizard jump out of a bush 10 yards away. Seriously. You can hear it hit the ground when it jumps.
It's why I love going hunting, because when you're in them woods, all you hear is Mother Nature. No vehicles, none of that.
Yeah, that's the way it is out there.
Therapy.
Out there when you get out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, thank you. Actually, Rack, I probably could do that.
Feel free to use my
content as subjects for your art. Yeah, he's got a lot of birds and stuff, and I've looked at him before thinking, I should ask him if I can use that. And now he just gave me like a blanket, use it. So that's awesome.
Bob, take off your glasses for a second. I think. What? I think he's Skipper's dad.
Yeah.
Shh.
No.
Skipper was the one we left by the road. Shh.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't trade actually that time in the desert for anything, because it was a good way to grow up. It was a good way to grow up, out walking away from people and stuff. And like,
oh yeah,
I got my weird sense of humor, of course, anyway. But like I remember stepping around a brush one time and it startled a jackrabbit, and it went straight up in the air, and it was running like hell before it ever hit the ground. And when it hit the ground, it just was spinning in the dirt. It was like a cartoon or something, I laughed and laughed. It was so funny. But one of the things that I remember telling Rax is one of my favorite memories was like after a rain and you wake up at daylight and step out of the tent, and sagebrush when it's wet after rain just smells so strong. It smells really good, the smell of sagebrush. And the sun's coming up and the smell of sagebrush is really strong. And then standing there and listening to the meadowlarks sing.
Mm.
And not another sound in the world. I mean, it's like total silence except for the meadowlarks singing. And I think that's one of the reasons that meadowlarks have always been one of my favorite birds, is because of that. Because of listening to them sing when we're out camping like that.
I like that smell of after it's just rain. Fresh
Yeah.
rain.
Yep. And how many people in here have heard the one story about when we got stuck out there? Like when we still had the Dodge station wagon? It's kind of a long story, but I can tell it if people want to hear it. Does anybody want to hear it? I know
Just
Bob's
say,
heard it before.
I've
Skipper.
heard it.
I can't remember.
Well, we had this old Dodge
We
station
did.
wagon, and that thing got stuck all the time because my dad used it like a four-wheel drive, and it wasn't a four-wheel drive.
Oh,
But we had one of the tricks that I learned is if you punch a hole in the gas tank with a rock, there's not very much that you can plug it with. The gas won't flow right through, but chewing gum will work. We always kept a pack of chewing gum in the glove box. And if you get a hole in the gas tank, we'd chew the gum up real quick and give it to my dad, and he'd go and like plug the hole with it and then put like electrical tape over the top of it so the sagebrush wouldn't scrape it back off again. But anyway, we were out this one day, and we'd gone to a new place that we'd never been before, and it's way down in southeastern Oregon, and I think there's 3 or 4 lakes, but the biggest lake, and these are Alkali Lakes. And I don't know if you've ever driven an alkali before, but when alkali is wet, it's like grease. It's absolutely like driving in grease. And when it's dry, it's so powdery that the dust will come up through the floorboards and choke you. But when it's wet, it's like grease. So we were driving across this alkali lake, and we got there really early in the morning. It was called Guano Lake. I still remember that. And it was a big dry lake, and it was miles and miles long. This dry lake was, and we were out in the middle of the lake, driving to get to the ridges on the other side to check for arrowheads. And about 11 o'clock in the morning, the ground thawed out, and we were out in the middle. And yeah, so my dad, he always, anytime he got stuck, he'd scream and cuss and raise a big fuss. And then my mom would get upset because he was yelling, and she'd walk off, right? Well, my dad did his screaming and yelling and hitting the back of the car with a shovel, which he also did quite often. And he finally gave up because we weren't going anywhere. And so he just put up a big tarp for shade. And we sat there and waited for my mom to come back because she had walked off. And he figured that we were going to have to like sit out there because we weren't on a road or anything. Not even.
Wasn't she afraid of wolves or something?
No, there's coyotes there, but not wolves. Coyotes and rattlesnakes. But
that ain't nothing.
No.
Anyway, my dad figured we'd probably have to sit out there until the ground froze again. So we were sitting there, and pretty soon we saw this big old Dodge truck, and I mean one of those great big huge ones, coming, driving across the desert towards us, like out of the middle of nowhere. And as it got closer, we could see that my mom was in the passenger seat.
Oh my God.
Well, it was this old rancher that was out fixing fences and stuff and came across my mom. So he was coming to help us, and he had this is one of those, it wasn't a Dodge pickup, it was like a truck. You know, like a big old Dodge Ram truck.
A farm truck.
Yeah, big old farm truck. So he pulled up, and he was going to help pull us out. And he asked my dad if he had a chain. My dad said yeah. So this guy, I still remember my dad just cringing. He hooked up to the chain to the bumper, and then he backed all the way up to where it was bumper to bumper and a whole bunch of slack in the chain. And then he took off like a bat out of hell, just, you know, instead of like slowly pulling.
The bumper didn't rip off all back at
The bumper didn't rip off.
That's
But
amazing.
we went flying pretty fast and hard. And he got us up on the dry ground. And my dad gave him some beer money, and he left. And then we decided that where we'd come from was closer, so my dad started heading back that way. And we got up onto the ridge that's like sand and not alkali, so we were okay. But then we were like driving along slowly, and the car just slowly quit working. Like it just slowly came to a standstill. And my dad got out and looked, and in the process of getting unstuck, the guy had broke the transmission fuel hose. So we had no transmission fuel, or no transmission oil. Transmission oil, that's what I was trying to say.
Fluid.
So the car wasn't going anywhere. So my dad remembered seeing this old farmhouse we'd passed that was about 6 or 7 miles. So we all walked over to this old farmhouse. Dad grabbed a big oil can, and he was going to go ask the farmer if he had any transmission fluid that he could buy from him. So we walked, and I remember we got close to the house, and we had to go through a gate. And then we were in a pasture with a bunch of yearlings. And they obviously weren't used to people walking through their pasture, because they started stampeding back and forth, like across the pasture, just in a fast stampede. And I got so nervous. And you got to understand, my dad had a really, really bad temper, right? So I'm nervous, and I'm like following really close to my dad. And I stepped on the back of his shoe and took his shoe off.
Yeah.
And I still remember I was so scared he was going to kill me, but he just cussed a little bit. We kept going. But we got up to the house, and nobody was home. So he checked around. They had like a bunch of big tanks. And one of them had regular motor oil in it. You know, the big old farm tanks that they always have lots of gas and stuff. Because we were probably, like, this farmhouse was probably a good 35 miles or so from the closest highway on a dirt trail, you know. So, of course, they had gas and oil and all that stuff they might need there.
Good night, Daniel.
Good night.
See you, Daniel.
So,
right behind you.
So anyway, so my dad filled up his can with regular motor oil, and we walked back, and he put that in the car, and it worked. He put that in the transmission just to get us out of there. So we got out to the highway, and by this time it was dark. And he pulled into the first gas station, and of course it was closed. So we had to like sleep in the car till morning when the guy opened up the gas station. And then Dad bought all of his transmission fluid that he had there, cases and cases of it, and put him in the back of the wagon. And he pulled up to the pumps and like filled it up with gas, and he filled it up with transmission fluid. And we started to pull out, and the guy came running out of the store screaming and yelling at us because there was pink transmission fluid all over the cement, you know, by his gas pumps. So he said, you have to clean that up. You can't just drive out of here and leave that mess. So, you know, I was like 14. So he points at me, this guy that owned the gas station. He's yelling, and he points at me, and he says, you go in the girls' bathroom and get the trash can and dump all the paper towels out here and wipe this up. So I go and I get the trash can, and I took the lid off of it, and I go out there, and I dumped it out, and it was full of Kotex pads.
Oh, my God.
So they're spread out all over the cement, and I'm just kind of looking at it horrified. And the guy looks at it, he kind of sputters, and he says, get the hell out of here. Just get the hell out of here now.
That poor man.
Well, at least it was help soaking it up. What was left to soak up
So
what they could.
we drove home from Eastern Oregon. I remember we went over the top of Mount Hood and dropped into Portland and everything. But as my dad was driving down the road, he figured out it didn't make any difference if he went fast or slow. The transmission fluid dripped out at the same rate.
Mm-hmm.
So he would wait for it to start to run out, and then he'd pull over and fill it up and go like hell again. Well, he was passing all the cars, you know, he was passing everybody. And as we were going by him, the transmission fluid was flying out, spraying out the sides of the hood
Oh,
onto their windshields. So after a while, after passing 2 or 3 times the same cars, they'd see us coming, and the whole line of cars would get over on the shoulder and let us go by. Oh, it was a fun trip. Fun trip home. And he'd stop at every gas station that we came to and buy all the transmission fluid that they had in stock, all the way
Oh
home.
my God.
Well, then when we got home, he fixed it. And the next weekend we went out. The story isn't done yet.
oh my God.
the next weekend we go out, and we're in Harney Valley, which is in eastern Oregon. And we're out in the middle of nowhere, and we're like on the edge of a dry lake, and there's like a creek that bubbles out of the ground there. And it was hotter than hell, and we got stuck. And so we're pushing and pushing on the bumper, and it was, like I say, it was hotter than hell. And we saw this airplane, like a little 2-seater airplane flying over. And believe it or not, they landed in the dry lake, and these 2 guys came over to help us get unstuck. So they're pushing and we're pushing. We finally got the car unstuck and got it up on dry ground. And they're walking back to their plane, and when they're about halfway back to the plane, all of a sudden the car starts smoking because it was hotter than hell, and the motor had gotten hot from trying to get it unstuck.
Yeah.
And all the foam insulation on the inside of the hood, and on the firewall, all that caught on fire.
Oh my God.
So my dad raised the hood, and he had a fire extinguisher, and he got it put out. And meanwhile, the guys with the plane, they just like looked back and shook their heads and kept going into their plane. They weren't coming back again. But all the wiring was exposed, as in bare wires. Because all the foam insulation and everything had burned off of it. And my dad just told us to cross our fingers and get in the car. And he says, pray that it starts, and we're going home. Because like I say, it was like all exposed wiring. So we got in the car, and it started, and we drove home. And he took it the next week and traded it in for a Jeep. And I still remember, this is another trick that I learned from my dad. He prayed that they didn't, at the car lot, that they didn't look underneath the car because it was beat to hell from hitting rocks and everything. And the sides of this Dodge station wagon had almost no paint left from driving through sagebrush. And my dad took kerosene and shined it up with kerosene.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked really nice and shiny. Mm-hmm. And he was all proud of himself because he got a good price for it. And he says they're going to be shocked when they look underneath that car. Because, I mean, the whole gas tank was nothing but gum, with tape over the top of it and everything, right?
Then the exposed wiring and the black.
Yep.
Oh, man.
But they actually, he screwed him on the car, but they screwed him on the Jeep, because that Jeep was my dad's first 4-wheel drive, and it was the biggest piece of shit. It was an old Jeep Wagoneer. And I'll never forget that thing, because the first trip to the desert, my dad couldn't wait. He had a 4-wheel drive finally. And the first trip to the desert, the first thing we found out was to get into this one valley that we went through all the time. You went past the ranch and the end of the road. And then you took off for about 5 miles through this big dry Alkali Lake, right? And in the car, it was no problem. We just rolled the windows up, and we were fine. That Jeep, when he started across that dry alkali bed, every crack from up through the floorboards and everything, the white alkali dust just started rolling up and choking us. And by the time we got through it, all of us had white eyelashes and white hair. I mean, it was like really awful. And then this is all in the first trip with his Jeep, right? So we're driving along this ridge, and he goes over a bump. And when he hits the bump, his driver's side window fell out. Like the window glass fell down and was inside of the door. And so my dad had a bad back, so he like messed around. And I know he was proud of the 4-wheel drive too. So he found this big ditch that he could drive down and then drive up and balance it so that he could stand there and take the door apart, without having to mess up his back. And So we're sitting in the car, and he's like, he takes the panel off the inside of the door and gets a piece of glass and sets it back up in the rim. And he takes some of the gummy stuff that's on the inside of the door and like holds the glass pane in place and stuff with it. And he gets the door panel back on and screwed back on, and everything's fixed. And and this is the last thing I'm going to tell you about this trip, but he climbed back in the Jeep and he shut the door, and all 4 window panes fell out.
What?
All 4 of them. And I couldn't help it. I was like, I don't know how I survived my childhood, because I was sitting there laughing my ass off. And my dad was so pissed he couldn't speak or breathe hardly. And I was sitting there just laughing till I had tears rolling down my face. But yeah, that Jeep was a piece of shit. Anyway, that's my long story for the night. Sorry, guys.
It was funny. But the people that traded the Jeep had the last laugh.
Exactly. Yep.
Did you see what Alex said?
He had like he used the hell out of it though. He ended up buying like a spare gas tank, so that after we got home from one trip, he'd switch gas tanks and then fix the one and have it ready for the next time to replace another one with.
I would never have thought about a time when gas tanks were unsafe. Myrtle sent you an email. That's what you're searching for, I imagine.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, he sent me a bunch of pictures.
Uh-oh.
But it won't let me access them. Access denied.
Just a tease.
It's just a tease. Yeah, one of them even says duck on it, but I can't open them. Oh, I'm going to cry.
Thought as tech savvy as he is, he'd have figured out how to send it the right way.
Right. What do you mean you don't have the Sonics anymore? We have the Sonics. Hey, Lori.
Now, he's saying the owner of the Starbucks is the reason why they don't have the Sonics anymore.
I said, what do you mean? We have the Sonics.
I got some, Dee Dee sent me some Pete's coffee. It's pretty good.
Well, she said when you run out, let her know. She'll send you more.
I know, but you know I won't. Because that's like asking for it, and I won't do that. That's just the way I am. She's not in here, is she, to hear me say that?
Yeah, she is.
She's lurking.
Shit.
At least she was.
Boo-booed.
Yeah, she's going to send you some now.
Anyway, sorry guys if I bored you with a long story.
No, it was a good one. Now, I told you she was. She says, you better. She won't. She will not, Dee Dee. She will not do it.
Maybe. We'll see.
No, you're just going to have to, like, send a bag once a month or something. She ain't going to do it.
Once a month. Every other day.
Or once a week. Whatever.
No, I'm good. I got plenty of coffee right now.
Oh, what a lie.
Anyway, yeah, so that's a story from my childhood, how I grew up. I had kind of a different childhood. I remember one time we got stuck and my mom jumped out and ran off like she always did, right? Because my dad would jump out and start hitting the car with a shovel and be all pissed off and, you know, dumb man stuff. And it doesn't do you any good to lose your temper and hit the back of the car. It just doesn't. That's just stupid. But, you know, whatever.
It doesn't at all.
No, it doesn't do any good. But then my mom would get mad and walk off, and her sense of direction was appalling. So we always were scared she was going to get lost out there. And, I mean, it was desert, but it's not flat. There's lots of ridges and ditches and, you know, all that.
I can't believe she got in there with that old farmer.
Yeah.
That could have been a serial killer posing.
No, he was just, you could tell he was an alcoholic, so he was quite appreciative of the beer money. But anyway, my mom had walked off, and my dad, we got the car unstuck, and my dad's looking around, and he gets up at the top of the ridge with his binoculars, and he's trying to figure out where Mom went, and he started cussing, and he's still in a real and like I say, sometimes I wonder how I survived, because I've got this weird sense of humor. You guys probably don't realize that, but stuff strikes me as funny, and that's it. I mean, I can't help myself. But
Good night,
the first time I ever heard this saying that came out of my dad's mouth was that day when he was looking for my mom and he started cussing. And I started laughing so hard, and he would just turn around and glare at me like if looks could kill, I would have died on the spot. But he never ever got after me for it, but I'm surprised. But anyway, he stood up there and he's looking for my mom and started cussing, and he said, "Jesus Christ on a crutch." And for some reason, that just struck me as so funny. And I remember laughing so hard, and my brother and sister were staring at me like I was out of my mind, like, oh my God, we're going to watch her get killed now, This is it. Pam's dying today.
It's nice knowing her.
I've never heard that expression.
I'd never heard it before that day, and it struck me as being really funny.
Jesus Christ on a crutch.
We gotta.
Yep.
It'll get taken care of. You're fine.
Merdul's still. Yeah, Merdul's here.
Mm-hmm.
One of my aunts and I were talking one time about my weird sense of humor. I told her, which has crossed my mind before, did I develop my sense of humor as a way to survive my childhood? Or was my sense of humor the reason that I survived my childhood? And she said, you were born with it. So I was like, okay.
I can see Pam with a bottle and a cigar on the other side of her mouth cracking dirty jokes as a child. Putting this title together.
No, I laughed a lot. I laughed at the dumbest thing.
Myrtle.
You heard your mom say that? Yeah, my dad used. That was the first time I heard him say it, but yeah, it struck me as being really funny.
Well, I'm sorry, Dis. I gotta get to bed.
Okay, well, thank you for coming and helping and being on the panel, and thank you for listening to my stories without going to sleep.
Yeah.
Good night, Skipper.
I like them. And thank you guys for your donations for the auctions coming up.
Yep, I'll probably be sending, I would guess about Friday, because I'll finish this bear and do another one tomorrow, and get them like
So I'll get it, and I'll get it. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
And then I'll send them to you, and that way, like on your see, that'd be Friday, so probably not this Sunday stream, but if you're up on anybody else's stream, you can use them to kind of promote.
Yeah, I'll do it, because this Sunday coming up, I will not be streaming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they probably won't be there until like Monday or Tuesday at least, I guess.
Yeah. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night.
See you,
All
Skipper.
right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry I timed you out. Not.
Oh, God. Good night, Bright Eyes. That's a little scary right there. A little scary.
So what have I been missing in the chat while I was yapping and yapping away?
Oh, pay it no mind. It's all good natured. I'm going to get up and wait a minute.
Good night, Skipper.
Now it's a party. Okay, I'm going to turn my cam off so y'all are not looking at uninteresting things.
You can't turn your camera off.
Well, I'm going to be over here on this tank taking that other title off and putting this one on.
Oh.
So, I didn't figure. It probably would be funny, but probably the sound alone will be hilarious. But these things are heavy. They're 75s. Yeah. If it starts running when I start to move it, I'm not going to be happy. Not going to be happy. We could play that, Pam, that spin the wheel, like Wheel
Yeah,
of Fortune.
I think you have to use the more advanced StreamYard program though, and I don't know how to use it.
No, it was, he just made that. Fish Boy had had a plastic wheel. His brother spun it. It was like platter sized. Damn, I never have had one of these stick on here this good.
Oh yeah, I got them now. Merdul. Awesome.
Well,
Very
show
cool.
us. Show us. Show us. What kind of pictures
hold
are
on.
there?
It's birds.
Oh, never mind. But it was something.
They're not deck pictures.
Not deck pictures.
No, they're not deck pictures.
My wave maker died too. That's what Skipper asked me earlier if I still wanted to, and I do. I do. Yazzie, what fresh hell are you starting now? Hmm?
I am not sure what kind of bird that is, but it looks like.
Don't show it to the chat.
I don't know what it is. I was going to say hawk, but it doesn't really have a hawk's beak.
What's the difference?
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can do this.
Oh, woke the crickets up again.
Oh, where did they go?
Ooh, soggy pits.
Okay. So,
Yazzie. Bad boy.
there. Does anybody know what kind of birdie this is?
Where's the bird?
See, it doesn't have a hawk's like the bill.
You're showing a picture of a canyon.
No, I'm not.
That's what I see.
You see what?
A picture of a canyon.
Yeah, and there's a bird in the tree.
Oh my God, who could see that?
I'll have to ask Rack next time I see him.
The rat can't see that.
He knows what it is.
That's a little bitty spot.
It's a bird.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll zoom in on it and send it to Rack and see if he knows what it is. Oh, he's right there. He says probably a raven, but it's got white legs.
Well, why don't you zoom in on it and show us?
Okay, hang on.
Click the plus, Matt said. Yeah. Thought that was a pine cone or something.
Okay, let me see.
Oh, that time I was changing the title and the pacus were tickling me.
Oh no, it is a crow or it is a raven. You can tell by the beak it's a raven, and that's not white legs. That's snow on the pine tree. Okay, awesome.
Oh, now I see it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a raven because it's got the real heavy beak. Ravens have like a lot heavier beak than a crow has.
It's got on white pants.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Mystery solved.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Rack was still here. I figured he'd probably leave once I started telling one of my dumb stories.
He and I were texting, but it was all kinds of stuff. I'm probably going to see Rack in April when they have the fish thing in Knoxville.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. She doesn't want us to see Mom. Well, too bad, so sad. Show us another one, Pam. This is what I was hoping for, to watch somebody click pictures I can't see. My dream come true. So original. I didn't think this through. What am I going to do with this title? Throw it on the floor?
Well, you should let us see what you're doing.
I can't because I actually need about 2 more people helping me. I'm having to swap the titles without putting the one I pulled out down. This is man's work, Pam. Couldn't do this. I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep. And I put the title in backwards.
Yep, it's a man's job, all right.
Yep, right. It slid right in there. I mean, it's in there now. Thank the Lord. This one starts up, it's going to throw water everywhere. Okay. Oh, gosh. Somebody said the sounds of this was gratifying. Got some weird people in your stream.
Yep, Bob's turned into a fish.
That would be nice. So that stopped. God, I can hear myself think now. Yay. Gotta get all that old media out of there. I've got new media, but I don't want to throw all that away. All right, guysy. Hang on. All right.
Okay, now it's gotten really quiet.
Yep. Wow. What a difference. What a difference.
I think I killed the stream with my stories.
No, you didn't. You killed it with the not showing the pictures you're looking at.
Well, I showed them.
Trust me, 2 damn pictures, that's all they sent you?
Okay, let me see if I got the duck.
Stephanie Bob's been turned into a fish. I'm back and feeding the fish. What did I just walk into? No, one of my 75s died on my 180 back here.
Oh, it's a mallard.
Don't show us. Whatever you do, don't show.
I'm getting ready to. Hang on.
Do not
I'm
show the string.
patient.
That builds the suspense. Come here, Pacus. Don't be silly. Don't be silly.
So we got a male mallard.
Nice. Let's see. That water's pretty. That's a real picture, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Who took those?
Merdul.
I'd say he clipped those somewhere, Pam. I'd be afraid
See the
to
little
print.
curls on the tail?
Yeah, but I'd be afraid to print
The
that.
males always have a little curl on their tail.
It's a Drake. There's Rack. Rack's back. So straighten it up.
Okay, that's the ducks. And I think that's it.
Awesome. With the difference in the flow. Oh gosh. As you've been no help at all. There you be.
There was something special for Bob as well, huh? Let me see if I can find something.
Oh. I'm not into all that trashy stuff. I do.
Well, I see the raven.
Send it to me. I'll find it. Curl on the mallard tail was once thought to indicate a domestic animal. Not true. Even some wild ones have the curl. Huh.
Okay, so we got that raven. And we got a real pretty picture of the canyon and the raven's off on one side. And some rocks with ice.
I'm still wondering what he sent for Bob.
Okay, so that's those three, and these four are the raven. Did I miss one?
Just forget it.
And then we've got the duck. Yep, that's all duck.
Oh, this has got a couple gallons of water in it.
And I don't see any more. That's all the pictures.
Tell him where he sent that.
Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm.
It's another one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a picture just for Bob.
Uh-oh.
It's a deck. A deck picture just for Bob.
That's not for me.
A frozen deck picture.
What is that?
Do you see it?
I can't tell what it is.
It's a frozen deck.
It's not a frozen deck.
Yes, it is. Look.
It's the
The
hairiest
wood
deck.
planks and frost on top. I think that's frost.
Oh, it sure is.
Yep.
That's my deck. How did you get that? I did it. Hang on. There.
Oh, thank you for the super chat, Laura. Thank you. I totally agree, Alec. Wood ducks are spectacular, and mandarin ducks are as well. They're almost too flamboyant looking. I mean,
I
they're
like the wood
beautiful, but
ducks.
the wood ducks are, it's almost too much because they're so colorful.
Yeah, they are.
But the females are really cute. They got little white rings around their eyes. I don't have any pictures of mandarin ducks, but I got lots of wood ducks. I
Oh
should
my
share
God.
some of them to show you guys.
I sent you some.
Yeah, I do have a couple mandarins that I got from you that I've got saved somewhere to draw.
I raised those ducks, Pam.
You did not.
And I put that little copyright thing on them just to throw people off. Ooh. Yep.
What?
I'm glad I didn't get this working and throw this back into
It won't let me show them.
that tank. This stinks. Shoot.
Oh, guys, it won't let me share my wood ducks. Maybe if I open them up first.
I don't know how they can keep them at that ponds and plant. They must have a permit or something to keep them over there. They're in a nice little habitat, but it is little. Because the ducks are little too.
I don't know, you see them at zoos and stuff too. I don't know how they keep them from flying away, but they're there.
Well, they call that a zoo. Oh, these they're in a great big huge cage. It's like the size of a room. Little waterfall and pool in there, then houses to go in. It's nice, but I'd rather be out of there myself. I just stopped my sink up. This nastiness.
Okay, I think I've got this figured out. Yeah, there's some wood ducks. That's the male and the female. The females got quite a bit of color, but it's more subdued, and then they got a white patch around their eye. They're really cute.
You drew those though, didn't you?
Not that one yet. I'm going to though.
Oh. Where'd you get that from?
The lagoon in Montana. I used to go down there. There was about 20 pairs of wood ducks that would winter there. So I've got lots of pictures of them. There's one of the little females. They're really cute. I really love the females. That's a female wood duck. You can see she's got a little bit of blues and greens in her feathers, but
Yeah.
not as like bright as the male. There's a female. Isn't she just so cute?
They're so
White ring around her eye. And they have nest boxes up in the trees because the wood ducks nest in trees.
Oh, well, that's why they have those boxes in their things.
Yeah, they have like boxes up in the trees, and they'll raise their babies, and the babies got to, like, when they're big enough, they jump down out of it and like flutter to the ground.
They have them up on posts, I think, like 6 feet up.
Yeah. That one shows the colors of her feathers really good. See all the greens and everything in there? Real subtle coloring. I think the females are really pretty.
So what do you think about them colorizing pictures that were taken in black and white?
I don't like it.
I want to know how they know what color it is.
Yeah, that's it right there.
I mean, most of them look authentic.
And I don't really like when you see pictures, like you'll see pictures of wildlife that's been like color enhanced to where the colors are just outrageous and fake, and I don't like that either.
Yeah.
I mean, because nature does. Like this whole wood duck female, she's so beautiful without doing all that stuff to her, you know.
Right.
I mean, you've got lots of color, real subtle colors, but it's a lot prettier than if you like enhanced it.
And my garbage
There's a
cans.
little group of them in the water. There's the males. See, I've got hundreds and hundreds of pictures of wood ducks. There's a nice picture showing the male. But see, the males are super bright, but I actually myself, I prefer the females.
Yeah. I like the white on the males. That contrast.
Yeah, and they've got a real bright red eye too.
Yeah.
Anyway, everybody's probably bored looking at pictures. I just thought I'd show you a few wood ducks.
Well, it did sweeten the pot to be able to see them, though. Also.
There's a pair of them there.
And I get to bleach my sink out.
But they are cute little ducks. They're one of my favorites, without a doubt.
You took those
If it wasn't
pictures?
for this lagoon where they were kind of used to people throwing out food for them and stuff,
Yeah.
normally wood ducks are super, super shy and extremely hard to get photographs of. But like I say, we had some that overwintered there, and they were not as tame as the mallards, but you could get close enough to get pictures of them, which is pretty cool.
I see. Oh. All right.
But lots of painting possibilities there for sure.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
Anyways, I don't want to bore people too much here. Let me get back to the stream.
I'd say that's quite a bit more exciting than hearing this filter. I've still got to wash that again. It still doesn't smell good. I think I'll soak it overnight.
Someone get Pam's attention. Tell her to go show Bob what I emailed her. Oh dear.
Get Pam's
Is it
attention.
safe?
That must have been Matt.
Oh, I didn't get it. You might have spelled my name wrong because I didn't get it.
I got it. He sent it to me by mistake.
Oh, he sent it to you? Seriously?
I'm reporting this right now. Hold on.
Hi, Kiwi.
Do you think Skipper understood when you said?
I didn't get them, Matt. You might have misspelled my name because if it's not spelled right, it won't go through.
I think
let
you
me
ought to
put it
change
in
the
the
spelling.
This is my email. Copy
You ought
and
to change that spelling. It's safe, I promise. Do you think Skipper understood? I know he's lying. When you said that picture would be there, those pictures would be there in a few days. That means that means 6 weeks.
Oh, no, I'm going to get these sent right away so that he has them there to advertise.
Oh, what am I?
I know I'm slow sometimes, but I'm going to make sure I get these ones out so they're there right away. I am slow at mailing. I am. I have to admit. You know, you guys, I checked yesterday and because my truck's going to need some gas pretty soon because it's down a little bit below a quarter of a tank. So I was curious and I looked, and the last time I filled up my gas tank was 2 months ago.
Nice.
That, and I've got a 15-gallon tank. So that goes to show you that I don't leave my house that much.
No.
A tank of gas lasts 2 months.
I filled mine up last Friday and it was $60-something. And we're going to be running again this weekend, it looks like.
Oh. Rack just sent me a messenger, a real nice Mandarin duck. Yeah, they are pretty too. They're really pretty.
Yeah, they are. Some of the hybrids.
Close competition for the wood duck for just plain being the males being just outrageously flamboyantly colored.
You know, some of the hybrid mandarins are pretty too. I guess they're hybrids. I'm
Oh, we
glad
got
that's
buffalo. Oh, I see a couple of. I'm going to draw already. Hang on, and I'll share with you guys real quick.
Don't show us whatever
These
you
are
do.
from Matt.
Hold on, let me get out of this chat. Okay.
And you guys can look at them at the same time as me because I just did a glance and haven't opened them up yet.
Oh, I wouldn't trust that, Pam. You'd be demonetized. Before you know it. Adele said, don't trust it.
Open. There's a kitty. That's a pretty colored cat.
It's a ginger, and it's one of those orange, like sherbet creamsicle.
Yeah.
Pretty.
And the collar looks really pretty on her.
Wonder if that's Matt's cat.
There's some wild turkeys, and I can see myself doing a portrait from that guy right there.
Which one? The one in the middle?
One in the front. Yeah.
It's got the better lighting, doesn't it?
Yep, I can see me doing especially a card. That'd make a real nice card.
Yeah.
And look at that squirrel.
It's got red on it.
Mm-hmm. And another turkey.
You know what? I've got
look at the face on that guy.
Oh, it's precious. I've got wild turkey pictures, but I don't know how close they are. Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah.
Look at the tail.
I can see, yeah, definitely some good material for drawings there. Fun to do. And there's a doe.
A deer. A female deer.
I think that's a white tail, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
We have those here.
Yeah, we don't have them on the West Coast. Or I don't think we have them here. We might. But mostly we have mule deer. And there's a buffalo cow.
Looks like it's been Mallard.
And a little calf.
Oh.
And, some skunks. Cool.
Is it more than one?
Yep, there's two of them there.
Oh, I see it now.
Yep, that's definitely a white tail. They have slightly different heads and stuff. A little bit more regal looking than mule deer are. And the black tail too. The black tail are a little bit bigger than white tails, I think. Which the black tail is what we have like on the Oregon coast and stuff. We had black tails.
I wonder where these are taken. Our squirrels are not that pretty here.
That is a pretty squirrel with the red in it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that.
No, I'm not going there.
Don't go there, Bob.
Not going there. I will. Look at the balls on that. Didn't I? Oh, Stephanie's in here. Are you embarrassed me, Pam? Since 4:30. Get some rest, Stephanie.
That is a cute little squirrel. Oh, that's it, I think. Yep, that's it. Unless there's more here.
Oh, Alec thinks that might be his cat. Looks like it.
Well, thank you, Matt. There's definitely some material there. Some good reference photos. What? Are you hissing at me?
I'm hissing at this old cat. She was getting ready. I've got a pad down there, a puppy pad, but she was getting ready to pee on it instead of stepping right over in the clean litter box that I cleaned this morning and tonight. Scooped it. Girl, you better go in that box. Knock you out. Ooh,
Ricky De Hoyos wants to know if anybody could tell him how to keep a black ghost knife. And
yep,
I have never kept one myself. I know
yep.
they get big.
I've got one over here in this tank right here. Uh, they like a lot of high protein stuff, like bloodworms and that kind of stuff. But there's lots of other frozen foods they'll eat, and they don't have to eat a whole lot while they're small, but they like places to hide, even if it's a clear tube. You know, they're one of the families, I forget what they're called, that have the electrical charge, but theirs is really, really, really super low. You wouldn't feel it. But they're a really cool fish. I just did a video on mine. I caught it out and I didn't know it. I was in the foyer looking back this way. Oh, I did cartoon music to it. That's what it was. They're pretty easy. I mean, if they do get big, they'll be a foot in no time.
Oh, Rack just sent me a hooded merganser, which is another one of my favorite little birds.
Holly, hey, you go in that litter pan, girl. She's over here fussing. Come down and get in that litter pan. Oh, my sweet snake Reggie's out. Trying to decide if I should go pick him up. I mean, out of his hide, not out of his habitat. I think I'm gonna thaw some mice out since I'm up and the snakes are all staring. Oh, these little corn snakes are so sweet. They really are.
Well, you're talking about them, but we can't see them.
Well, Pam, I'd have to put it back on me first. Let me see if I can turn it around. Oh, God. Carry a grudge, would you? Oh, see her laying there looking at me. That's Rosebud, the new one. And
She's getting a lot bigger since you got her.
it's getting a little bigger. She did a shed. He and her both did a shed. I forgot to get him out. There's his laying right beside his pot. He's in the pot. It's his favorite place. Somebody said it would make them uneasy to be together. And Maria said she always kept hers together, so I left them, and they're fine.
Huh?
I did a video of them that was so cute, but then Rosie the cat got up in my face, cussing and carrying on. So, but I think I'll post it like a blooper video.
Yeah.
He was looking for her. Flurry was looking. He was looking all over. I knew what he was doing, and she was curled. Oh, look, he saw me. He heard me. He woke up. He's looking at us. Little puppies. But she was laying there asleep or pretending to be, and he came up the side and went right over her. I don't think he saw her, and down the other side and on around. He was looking for her. And then Rosie wasn't getting all the attention, so she started. Let's see if I can make this. No, that won't show clear enough. Reggie's out over there. I'm gonna go thaw him something to eat. Oh, there's the. I think it saw me. Yep, it ran behind that wood. The black ghost. There it is.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
He's about 9 inches, maybe. It's hard to tell. He's in there with those fat gobies, the local natural fish. They seem to get along fine. Not so much glare. The one I had that died like a year ago, it had gotten pretty big. It would take jumbo krill out of my hand. There's the good boy right there. That's the good boy. He's growing too. Yazzie, what have you torn up? It looks like styrofoam. For the love of Sandy. And there's Sandy. Can't see him because of the glare. There he is.
His head poking out there.
Yep. It doesn't take much to get him to come out. Usually if I just tap on the top, there he comes. There we go. In a hurry, he's hungry. Yeah, I'll throw him something too.
He's always hungry.
I know it. He's getting so big too. Nathan's little snake. Humidity. Oh well. There he is. Come on back up. But you're right, he is always hungry. Those plants are doing well in there, that fern. And then here's the one I said we never see out. Still not out. The edge of that rock there. If I lay the pinkies there, then the little head comes out and gets them one by one. And there's Sweet Nelson on the heating pad under the cork that Maria sent him. Chameleons went to bed before you started streaming. That doesn't look like they've touched it. I need a flatter bowl, you know it.
Grasshopper says everybody knows that dogs and styrofoam are natural enemies in the wild.
Anything's in the wild.
Cats too.
I can't remember.
Got a picture of.
Oh, you know what? I bet it was.
I've got a picture of Mario after he jumped into a box of styrofoam balls.
Yeah.
There he is. He was not happy.
Oh. Mario's a sweet cat, I can tell.
Oh yeah, he's a sweetheart. As long as you don't expect to touch him.
Oh, let me give these Pacos some peanuts. As I told them earlier, they could have more later. Well, they got everything torn up in here. Let's see, waiting. Well, that's 2 for them and 2 for me. Look at this. I think they want them. Wow, you got every one so far. Every one. That's the small one or the big one? That's the smaller one. There we go. Who feeds the fish?
Good night, Dragon Lair. Actually, it's just about time for me to end this stream too, because it's like 17
It's 1:15.
minutes over.
Yeah, 17. Well, when you ended, I'm going to get me a snack and finish up. Feed some snakes.
Okay, my butt's getting tired from sitting, and I need another
Imagine.
cup of coffee. So
Imagine.
it must be that time of night. So thank you everybody for coming in, and thank you Merdul and Mods, and thank you Bob,
Thank you, Pam, for
and
having
thank
me.
you for super chats, and good night everybody, and thank you for putting up with my stories tonight.
I enjoyed them.
And we shall see you all Saturday night.
Good night.
And thanks for the pictures, guys. Don't cuss yet. I'm still trying to hit the button.
Damn it. I can barely hold it back.